Okay. 211 is 23. So what's going on, guys?
Being racist, so I threw my drink.
Ivan, let me talk.
She was being racist.
Whoa, pause right there. This is where things escalate fast. That's a clear example of verbal harassment based on race. Legally speaking, while this alone might not trigger criminal charges, it sets the stage for the confrontation. What would you do if someone said that to you in public?
Mexicans get to go back to Mexico, pieces of shit. Talking about my husband's a cop because they're gonna get arrested.
Huh.
Like, okay. And the ladies there even heard it too.
Okay. Absolutely.
Like, that's not okay.
Gotcha.
And I did throw the drink. I'm not gonna
So
lie.
you threw a drink at her?
Yeah, but it didn't. It's just like I just dumped it like that.
Where were you at?
In the drive-thru.
We were in the line.
You guys were in the opposite
Yeah.
inside lane or?
Notice how this is the tipping point, words met with action. This is classic provocation meets retaliation. Here's a tip. Legally, throwing a drink, even if just on the car, could be considered assault or battery. Did he cross the line? Drop a comment. Would you have reacted the same way?
Outside
She
lane.
parked behind us while we were gonna order, and she's like, "Learn how to park. Mexicans go back to Mexico." And she's
Okay.
like, what? Talking
Okay.
about my husband's a cop. He's gonna come arrest you guys. Like,
Oh, okay.
okay.
Stop! Back up! What are you doing?
Go that way.
Go for his portion. Stop! You're gonna stay back over there for right now. No, you're not. You're gonna go back over here.
Why not?
You're gonna
What's
go.
the problem? Can you
I will
explain
explain to you over here. Over
okay.
here.
Tell me, what's the problem with my son?
We're still investigating that right now. You're gonna stay over here though. You're not just gonna show up and you were gonna hit her bumper of the car. You would have just
car,
caught.
no problem.
I don't care.
I don't care, it's my car. My property, señor.
So
What happened? Okay, relax. What happened, my
I don't
son?
need to relax. You need to relax and stay
What
by your
happened, my
vehicle.
son?
We're gonna figure that out. I just showed up here too.
Please tell me what's the problem with my son.
Do you hear me? I just got here. I'm figuring that out. I just pulled up as you did. So stay by your car, please. Why did you do all this? Not you. What did he?
Well, it's because she started yelling at us. Because I guess
Key moment. Escalation. It starts with ignoring, then provocation triggers a response. This is a textbook case of how microaggressions can spiral. Audience check. Have you ever witnessed something like this blow up from small insults?
cover the lane or something. And at first I was just ignoring it. And then that's when she started saying, I was like, go back to Mexico. Or some shit like that. But she started saying some shit stuff. And then I just told her, shut up, or some shit like that. And then she said, and then my boyfriend got mad because that's when she said, go back to Mexico. And he got upset and threw the drink. Obviously, it didn't, like, actually on her, it was, like, on the car. But that's when she started saying, oh, you guys are going to jail. My husband is a cop. Basically, you guys are going to jail.
Gotcha.
And that's basically all that happened. I was not trying to make a big deal out of it because it was just a stupid line. Oh my god, it's like,
I agree with that.
yeah.
But obviously we can't be whipping. Was it a pop or ice cream or what was it? It was Starbucks.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a $9 drink too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But like I said, like.
So you don't know what she said exactly?
I know exactly what she heard when I said go back to Mexico.
That was after the fact, though, right? Or was that before the fact?
That was before. That's what got my boyfriend mad. Because she's saying you guys don't have. I'm from here.
Yeah, that's an ignorant thing to say.
And I told my boyfriend, it's just a racist person to make a big deal out of it. But like, no, I'm mad about it.
Okay. All right, give me the skinny. What's going on?
Okay, I pulled in. I made a right into the parking lot.
Okay.
I pulled in. They were blocking both lanes. of the drive-thru, the way they pulled in. I don't know which way they came through.
Okay.
But I waited. The car in front of them moved up.
Mm-hmm.
I slightly tapped my horn.
Okay.
And I told her, I says, could you move up to keep, because there were like 3 cars coming in this way.
Okay.
And that's when it incited.
Okay,
She's
what
like,
happened?
she called me a bitch, this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just sat in the car, you know, and all this. He got out of his car and started yelling at me.
Okay.
So what the F did you say, you racist?
Right.
All you Rochelle fat are the same.
Okay.
I'm married to a Mexican.
Okay.
Okay, I am the least racist kind of person.
Here's where it gets cinematic. A Starbucks cup becomes a weapon in the eyes of the law. Legally, even a $9 drink can be assault if it's intentionally thrown. Also, can we appreciate the drama of mid-drive-through chaos? Who knew coffee could be so dangerous?
Okay.
And he got out and he had a Starbucks cup and he whipped it at my car. I got out, I'm like, what is your problem?
Mm-hmm.
I go, why are you throwing shit at my car?
Okay. So you were in the car the whole time until he whipped that out?
Yep.
Okay. Did you tell him to go back to Mexico and to get
No.
papers or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Sounds
No.
good. Stay out here for me. Let me talk to her.
Hi.
Hello. Can you kind of give me the down on what you observed, heard,
So
whatever?
what I observed is that me and my mom, she said she came in and she was parked kind of sideways in the drive-thru, and she asked her to move up. Like maybe she was a little bit loud and told her can you
Your mom did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Was she in the car or out of the car?
She was in the car.
Okay.
And same thing. Like from my perspective, the other driver was saying things towards my mom, very offensive things.
Like what?
Like calling her names, anything, self-gratification.
The driver was or the passenger?
The driver.
The driver, the female here?
The female.
Okay.
And the male in the passenger seat, he decided to get out and started yelling things at her some more.
Okay.
I don't really remember too much. I have anxiety, so it's hard for me.
Understand.
And he was yelling stuff at her, and then all of a sudden he reached back into the car, grabbed the Starbucks drink, and then whipped it at her car, hit my mom's top of her car, and went everywhere.
All right. Did your mom make any comments to her about going to Mexico, getting
No.
your illegal, any of that type of stuff?
No.
Okay. All right. All this over McDonald's drive-thru.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So now that I'm done doing some of what we're doing, I'll come speak to you. What is your question, sir?
I don't know what happened to you.
How old's Ivan?
Huh?
How old is Ivan? You said he's your son. How old is he?
It's my son?
Yeah, Ivan.
Yeah, it's my son.
How old?
21.
Important legal note. Once you're 18 plus, you're legally responsible for your actions. Parents can't shield adults from consequences. This is a calm but critical transition, shifting accountability from family to individual. Would this surprise viewers who thought parental protection could still apply?
I'm 22.
Okay, so he's a legal adult. So he's going to deal with us on what we have to do, and then he can fill you in on all of that.
Anyway, it's my son.
I know, I understand, sir. I totally understand you.
Sir? Every time, look it. I understand the problems for my son.
Yep.
I understand everything.
Okay.
But every time, different officers stop me in the car, stop my son, Miguel, stop me, Esteban, follow me every time. This is not good for me. Because this is persecution every time for my sons and me.
Gotcha. Well, we got called here. We didn't just follow your son. We got called here for an incident.
What happened right now?
He'll tell you. He'll tell you about it. But we didn't follow him anywhere. So, just so you're clear.
I was just letting you know what he...
No, I don't even. I can talk to him. I can talk to him.
I need to turn around, okay?
Can I take one again? Can I give her my stuff?
You will leave in and out, okay? So, take this. I'm gonna help you out here, okay?
Do you need me to take my shoes off?
No, okay.
So, what's going to happen just to kind of fill you in. He's going to get what they call a notice to appear. It's a piece of paperwork. He'll be out of here in about 5 minutes. So he's going to go to the squad car. He's going to sit there while they complete some paperwork.
But you guys are not like taking him to jail, right?
No. He's going to get what they call a notice to appear now, right? Because this whole thing over McDonald's coffee.
Reality check moment. Disorderly conduct, minor property damage. All over coffee. Legally, this is a perfect example of disproportionate escalation. It's a good reminder. Sometimes walking away is smarter than fighting back, especially over fast food.
Is ridiculous on everybody's part. And what we can prove, right? And I even said it, and you said it. Yeah, he whipped coffee at the lady's car. So, can't do that. Right?
Notified probably something like criminal damage.
That's it.
Something like that.
It's disorderly conduct. But again, I already told you, I even can fill you in on all that here in just a few minutes. He'll be released in 5 minutes. So, the whole thing's ridiculous. So, she denies saying anything racial to you. She did say she honked at you and told you to move up, and you were swearing at her, and she swore back at you. I agree with all that. And their passenger said, no, my mom didn't say anything racial. She said, I'm married to a Mexican. I have no issue with that. My issue is that she's blocking the driveway. I don't know one way or another on that. I think everyone acted inappropriately, especially with the toddler in the car. Everyone acted inappropriately with the car. Agreed? The toddler's, he's the one that we need to take care of, right? Not some lady getting coffee. You know what I mean? But he'll be out in a few minutes, and you'll be out of here, okay? Alrighty. It'll be a few minutes and get you out of here.
Okay.
All right. Yep. This whole thing, I will say, this whole thing's ridiculous over coffee.
Yeah.
On your part, too. You know what I mean? Yelling back and forth and everything else. Like, the whole thing seems a little ridiculous. So, we weren't here. Obviously, we're going to pull the camera footage, but it should never have gotten to the point where we're chucking coffee at cars, right?
And like I said before, like all she asked him to do was move, and he got very aggressive, got very, and it doesn't have to come to that.
No, but like you stated the two, I'm sure.
I was always taught you don't screw with somebody's
I don't disagree.
Final takeaway. Perspective matters. Yes, tensions ran high, but luckily no one was seriously hurt. This is also a good audience hook. What would you have done differently? Could this have been avoided entirely? Comment your thoughts.
I agree with you. Thankfully, it's just a Starbucks coffee and not a
water bottle,
brick or anything.
Yeah, you guys have been dealing with somebody throwing water bottles at cars. I saw.
So my whole thing is all of this is over McDonald's coffee.
Yeah,
I think everyone probably could have acted better.
Like I told the officer, if I could have backed up, but I had two cars behind.
Sure.
If I could have backed up, I would have just backed up and left.
I got you.
I don't like confrontation.
Well, we'll get you out of here in just a few minutes.